Ever wonder what the stars have in store for us, say, 2 years from now? Well, today we're doing just that. We're diving deep into an astrological prediction from the YouTube channel Kismat for a very specific day, February 5th, 2026. Let's find out what they believe the cosmos is cooking up for us.
So the forecast kicks things off with this one key line. It says, today's date is February 5th, 2026, and the day is Thursday, meaning it's Jupiter's day. Now, that single sentence, it sets the entire tone for everything that follows. The idea is that the day of the week itself is our first big clue about the day's dominant energy.
All right, so what are these major planetary movements that are supposed to define the day? Well, the source calls it a propitious shift, which is really just a fancy way of saying a particularly lucky and favorable alignment up in the cosmos. Let's break down exactly what that means. The star of the show here is Jupiter. Now, in Vedic astrology, it's known as Guru, and in some Islamic traditions, it's called Mushtari. But no matter the name, the role is the same. It's seen as the master of wealth, blessings, and all-around good fortune. And since February 5th, 2026 is a Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, its influence is considered to be front and center. But hang on, it's not just about Jupiter. The forecast points to this really fascinating mix of energies. On one hand, you've got Jupiter pushing for wealth and big blessings. But at the same time, the moon is moving into Libra, which is all about balance, harmony, and relationships. It's this cosmic dance between abundance and equilibrium that really sits at the heart of this prediction. And here is where the source makes a really bold claim. It suggests that this particular planetary team-up is powerful enough to awaken what it calls Soi Hui Kismat. That literally translates to sleeping or dormant fate. I mean, the implication there is massive. For some of us, this one day could actually be a major life-changing turning point. But it's not just about the big planets. The forecast gets even more granular, pointing to other astrological details. The day falls on a specific lunar day or tithi, and within a specific nakshatra called chitra. You can think of a nakshatra as kind of like a zodiac sign, but for the moon. So, why does this matter? Well, according to the source, the Chitra Nakshatra is considered super auspicious for anything to do with property, so it adds this whole other layer of opportunity for anyone looking to buy a house or land.
Okay, so that's the big cosmic weather report. But let's get down to it. What does any of this mean for you? Now we're going to zoom in on the specific predictions the source has for all 12 zodiac signs. As you can see, the forecast gives some pretty tailored guidance for each sign. It's a lot of info, I know, but you can definitely see some clear themes emerging. You've got signs like Capricorn and Virgo looking at some major career and financial boosts. Others, like Aries and Gemini, are really focused on relationships and creativity. Then there are signs like Libra, focusing inward on the self, while Aquarius is basically told to expect 100% luck. It's a real mix, but so many of these predictions tie right back to those core themes of wealth, balance, and brand new opportunities.
So after going through all the signs one by one, the source zooms back out to offer a universal tool that anyone can use. It's presented as a kind of remedy for abundance, and it's known as a wazifa. Now, for anyone who's not familiar, a wazifa is a spiritual practice from Islamic tradition. It involves reciting specific words or names of God to seek divine help for a particular goal. The forecast offers this as a really practical, actionable step for anyone who might be facing financial difficulties. And here are the specific steps for the Ya Razzaqu Wazifa. The name itself means, "Oh, the provider," so it's aimed squarely at financial relief. The steps are very precise. First, after the evening Maghrib prayer, you read the Durood Ibrahimi 11 times. Then, you recite Ya Razzaqu 500 times. You conclude by reading the blessing again, and finally, you blow gently into the four corners of your home. It's presented as this clear, actionable ritual to invite abundance into your life. So, let's wrap all this up and look at the key takeaways from this Kismet channel forecast. What is the path forward that it's really suggesting for us? You know, when you take a step back, this whole forecast is kind of structured like an hourglass. It's pretty cool. We started out really broad with that big cosmic picture of Jupiter's wealth energy meeting the moon's push for balance. Then we narrowed way down to the personal path with specific guidance for each zodiac sign. And finally, we broadened back out again to a universal tool, the Wazifa. It's like a journey from the cosmos down to the self and back out to a universal practice.
And that really brings us to our final thought. The central theme of this whole forecast is this blend of seeking fortune while also creating balance. It's not just about gain, it's about getting things into equilibrium. So that leaves us with a really interesting question to ponder. How might the intentional search for balance in our own lives actually end up changing our fortune?